Hello students, welcome to the business communication class with me Adela Samuel, Head Department of Accounting and Finance. In today's class, we are going to concentrate on the topic Enquiry Letters. What is an enquiry letter? Enquiry letter is a letter written by a potential customer who desires to buy goods and services offered by another organization seeking information on various matters such as availability of goods, prices if certain goods, quality, trade terms, delivery mode, etc. So, if a person writes a letter to another organization asking for some kind of an information about his products or services, or about the price of the products that he is selling, or about the delivery mode, or about the terms and conditions, the quality, everything, we consider that kind of a letter as an enquiry letter. That means he is trying to enquire something about certain information from a particular organization. Such kind of a letter is what is called as an enquiry letter. So the topic that we're going to see along with the enquiry letters is the types of enquiry letters. Under the types of enquiry letters, there are two types. One is the solicited enquiry letter and the second one is an unsolicited enquiry letter. So what is a solicited enquiry letter? It is where when a letter is sent in reply to any kind of an advertisement seen or any poster or any information that a person has received. Based on that, if you're going to write an enquiry to the organization asking for more information, we call it as a solicited enquiry letter. For example, if you see an advertisement in the newspaper and you've seen that there is a new product that is coming up into the market, you write a letter to that company asking for further information. So you refer to the newspaper and write an enquiry letter. Such kind of a letter is what is called as a solicited enquiry letter. When you take the unsolicited enquiry letter, it means that you're writing a letter without referring to anything. Just like that, you write a letter asking for some kind of an information to an organization. So you don't refer to any kind of an advertisement or any letter that you have received or any information that you have seen. So just like that, if you write a letter, we call it as an unsolicited enquiry letter. So these are the two types of enquiry letters that is present. The next thing that we're going to see is the reply and enquiry letter. What is a reply enquiry letter? When you write a letter asking for information, it is an enquiry letter. Now, what is a reply enquiry letter? Giving a prompt attention to an enquiry letter is a reply enquiry letter. The reply letter can act as a salesperson by presenting facts about goods and services to persuade the potential buyer to be his customers. So when you receive an inquiry from some organization or some customer or a person, you have to write a reply to that. So giving a prompt reply to an inquiry is what is called as a reply to inquiry letter. So the reply letter can act as a salesman for presenting facts. That means because they are asking you for details about your company, now the letter that you're going to write can act like an advertisement or a salesperson. It's going to tell, the letter is going to tell information to the customer about your company's products, about all the goods and services that you're going to sell. So it is like a salesperson who's going to persuade your customer and make the customer your potential buyer. So writing this letter needs to have utmost care. So when you're writing this letter, a lot of rules and regulations will have to be followed, and make sure this reply to inquiry letter is worded properly so that it will sell the product that you are going to give information about. So such kind of letter is what is called as a reply to the inquiry letter. Now, when you're writing a reply to the inquiry letters, there are certain points you need to consider when you're writing this letter. So those points is what we're going to see in this slide. So there are around 8 pointers you need to remember. Number 1, all the enquiries must be answered. So any questions that is asked in the enquiry letter should be answered in your reply letter. There should be a reference to the date and number of the enquiry. So when the enquiry letter comes in, there will be a date and the reference number on the letter. So that has to be referred to when you're writing a reply, stating that with reference to this particular letter that you have sent, or this on this particular date. So that has to be written in your reply letter. Only then they will know what kind of a letter it is when they receive the letter. The third is the interest shown by the enquirer should be appreciated and also thanked. When you're writing a reply, the interest that the enquirer is writing to you, the interest that he is showing, should be appreciated and it should be thanked. That is one rule that you have to remember. Fourth one, terms of trade like credit facility, period of credit allowed, discount on bulk orders, cash discount, time required to execute the order, place and mode of delivery are some of the important things that you have to furnish in the letter. So when you're writing the reply, all these details will have to be given clearly. That is also one of the very important points you need to remember. Fifth one, the time for which the order is open should also be conveyed. So you have to write in your reply letter stating that the order will be open only till this particular date. That has to be written. Sixth one, whether the price list or the catalog is enclosed or will be sent separately should be mentioned. So if you are attaching the catalog or the price list of the products that they are inquiring about, should be mentioned in the letter. The seventh factor is any sample or patterns sent should be mentioned in the letter. Anything that you're sending along with the letter, any sample that you're sending or the patterns that you're sending along with the letter should also be mentioned in the letter. The eighth point, remember, is the letter should also state that any further details required by the buyer will be furnished. So you end the letter stating that if they require any more information, any further information that is required will also be given, if asked, should be mentioned in the letter. So these are the 8 pointers that they need to remember when you're writing a enquiry letter. So please take note of these 8 points when you write a nice reply letter to an enquiry letter. So we'll see a sample letter for a solicited enquiry letter. So this letter is written by Tamil Nadu Electrical Private Limited. He's put the inside address and then he's written the date, and then he is also given a reference number of the letter. So that NEP bar 253 bar 11 on the left hand side is a reference number for the letter that is written. So when you see this reference number, when you reply to this letter, you have to refer to this number and the date of the letter. Only then they will know that it is a reply for this particular letter. That has to be remembered. Okay, and then they write the address and then they go for the salutation, dear sir. Subject is given as Ceiling Fan Agency, and then a reference is given as your advertisement in a newspaper. Why this reference is given is because I told you it is a solicited letter. And what is the meaning of a solicited letter? When you see an advertisement or when you see some information about the company and you're writing an enquiry, we call it as a solicited enquiry letter, and that is why a reference is given in the letter. So seeing the advertisement in the newspaper, this company is writing a letter, an enquiry letter. So it states, we have read your advertisement in the Hindu dated so and so for stock list of your fast track band of fans. We are an old and established firm in the city of Kerala. We deal in a wide range of electrical goods among other things. We are willing to take up dealership for your ceiling fans and would appreciate it if you would kindly send us your terms and conditions of awarding dealership. We are furnishing you with satisfactory bank and other references. Thank you. So this is like a enquiry that the company is making to another company asking for dealership. Seeing the advertisement in the Hindu newspaper, they are asking for dealership and for some more information. So this is like a solicited enquiry letter, and then they close it with a thank you and a complimentary close. Your faithfully, the manager of the Tamil Nadu Electrical Private Company has signed it. Okay, so this is how you should write a enquiry letter. Okay, now we will also see another sample for an unsolicited enquiry letter. It's a dealer in sunglasses drafting a letter asking for a catalog. So there is no advertisement, see, no reference, nothing. They're just it is a Raj Opticals, a company that is writing to another company asking for some catalog information. So they are writing, the head is there, heading address is there, the date is there, inside address, the salutation, that is dear sir, is there. And then they start off saying, as we intend to purchase large stock of your sunglasses, please send us your latest catalog and price list. Should your prices and terms suit us, we will soon place an order on cash basis. So they are writing a enquiry letter asking for some information, catalog and the price list from this particular company. Okay, so and then they have closed it with the complimentary close, your faithfully, with a name and proprietor's signature. Okay, this is how you write an unsolicited enquiry letter. So these are the two types of solicited and unsolicited enquiry letters. Okay, now we are going to see a reply letter for an enquiry letter. So as usual, all the different parts of the letter has to be written, the heading, the address, the inside address, the date, the salutation, everything has to be written. So in the contents, they are going to reply to an enquiry that has been made to them. Okay, so they start off saying, we thank you for your letter of 30th July 2011. So first itself they're saying, they're starting the letter thanking for the enquiry letter. So we are carefully considered your request for a further discount of 3%, but we regret our inability to concede it. So the inquiry letter, they must have asked about some kind of a discount to be offered. So these people are saying in a very polite way, they are saying it is not possible, unable to concede it. We would like you to know that our Sunshine Paints is a well-known name not only in this country but also in some of the Middle Eastern and African countries through a 10-year sustained advertising campaign. It is no exaggeration to say that because of the superior quality of paints, which does not peel off easily, they constitute the fast-selling line of business. In view of these factors, the discount of 7% offered by us is the maximum we can allow. However, if each order is for rupees 30,000 and above, we agree to bear freight charges. We hope that you will take advantage of our special concession shown to you and look forward to the beginning of a pleasant business relationship. And it is signed by the manager. So what are they trying to say in this letter is the enquiry letter has asked them to give a discount, but they are clearly stating that 3% extra discount cannot be given, and whatever they have already given as 7% discount only will be given. And also they are trying to say that they will freight charges means delivery charges will be taken care by the company, and so that is kind of a special concession that they are trying to offer. So all this is what is written by the company as a reply, and they are sending it for the enquiry made by a particular company. Okay, so this is how you have to frame a enquiry reply letter. Thank you students for patiently listening to this video. I hope you have understood how to write an enquiry letter and also how to write a reply to the enquiry letter. Only when you start writing a lot of letters based on different reasons, you will be able to frame beautiful letters. So keep practicing to write letters and keep reading a lot of letters and samples that I will be sending you in the other classes. And please start writing a lot of letters so that you will have the idea of how to write an enquiry and a reply to the enquiry letter. Thank you, students.